Welcome guys to the interview with Ken Young, who just taught at Douglas today. How was it for you, Ken?
What?
How's class?
Oh yeah. No. The class was really good today. I'm really happy that you guys had me teaching. You guys have an amazing group this year, organizing it, as well as the people that come. They are really eager to learn. They really stuck to that, right? So like honestly, like that's the most a teacher can ask for. There are people that they want to come and learn whatever you have to offer, and yeah, I'm just really happy.
When did you start dancing?
I started pretty late actually. I started when I was 21, I think,
oh, wow.
or 20 or 21ish. I'm 34. I just turned 34 yeah, I'm old. No, actually I feel old. No, but for real. I started at Harvard actually. My friend that I met at SFU, because I went to SFU and I had a degree in business. And she brought me to Harvard because we always talk about, oh yeah, like, you know, like you like hip-hop music, you just come take hip-hop class, right? I took a lot of Eric's class, I took a lot of Richard's. So I think those two are, like, I would say, the other people that like mentor me when I was like just starting.
Now you know it's not too late to start dancing.
No, it's not.
He is a perfect example. How would you describe your dance style, Ken?
It's evolved over the years, like movement-wise, but I've always been kind of really into stuff that are like really dancey. Okay, whatever that means. It can be like a slower song, it can be a faster song, it can be like kind of like poppy, like jazz funky kind of style. You know what I mean, right? Like it's like always really dancey. It's always really dancey.
It's always fun to dance.
Yeah, exactly. And even if it's like big kill here and there, but it still have like kind of like a groove that kind of carries through the dance. That's kind of my style.
What inspired you to continue dance as a career?
Honestly, teaching. Teaching inspires me. This is a really good question for me because I injured myself, I think about 3 years ago. It kind of on and off, it kind of got better a little bit sometimes, and then it got worse. So sometimes you just, when you don't feel like you're physically 100%, it's hard. It's really hard for you to be like, okay, now I just gotta go push myself, because you know, dancing is not something that's like, okay, like you got it and you just gonna keep doing whatever you got. It always evolve. You always need to keep up. There's always so many like up and coming dancers that are coming into the scene. So if you want to stay relevant, you gotta keep up, right? So it's a big challenge when you don't feel like you're physically at 100%, right? But I think what really kept me going, even with that challenge, is teaching. I mentor my company with Shauna, KTL, and I mostly spend my time teaching at studios and at Harvard. It's really rewarding, honestly. Financially, I would have been a lot more well off if I was still working at a bank, right? But I never feel like I'm going to work whenever I'm teaching, and seeing people feeling inspired and like just being better by dance is a really, really rewarding thing for me, and keep my life be inspired in general.
What's some advice you can give a beginner dancer that's struggling to pick up choreography?
Okay, I have a lot to say about it. I do. For like a beginner, the main thing is need to make sure that you go in focused, okay, and you go in with a focused mentality, but don't get overly stressed. Use the teacher as a reference, but do not rely the teacher as a clutch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think I found that when I teach beginners, a lot of times they dance like this.
Yeah.
Like the whole time.
I used to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Try to spend as much time not looking at the teacher and look at yourself as possible. And it's going to be hard, right? It's going to be really challenging. Like you're going to like hate life, like, cause you know, like you kind of might not look just like the teacher, because it takes a little bit of time for, as a beginner, to understand the vocabularies that the teachers are trying to offer you. As time goes by, you get used to it, right? Like how many times do people do like kickball change, right? Kickball change, it's like in every class, right? So that will come but get used to not relying on the teacher to remember the sequence. That will really help beginner to really absorb the class a lot faster. And once they have that, then they can, okay, I can start to catch details. Okay, the teacher is turning his heel this way, and I'm like turning this, okay, I need to fix it, right? But if you don't have time to do it, like let's say if you're still like really struggling to remember the choreography, you remember the sequence, you can't do that, right? So I think it's really beneficial for the student if you're just starting out to really focus on, okay, it's going to be difficult, but I'm not going to rely on the teacher and just try to, okay, it's A, B, C, D, E, okay, A, B, C, D, E, and not like A or B, like, you know what I mean?
Like, would you rather have like your student try to dance like you when you teach, or would you like them to stylize interpret their dance, their whole entire different way?
This is more of a question for a more advanced dancer.
Exactly.
Because the answer to that for like a beginner or like even people that are kind of intermediate is always follow the teacher if you're not like an advanced dancer. If you're more of an advanced dancer, you have to figure out what you want to do in the class, right? If it is a style that is foreign to you and you're trying to understand the style, try to do what the teacher is going for. There is a difference between dancing exactly like the teacher versus dancing what the teacher is going for. Because those aren't always the same. Because the teacher might not always demonstrate it 100%. Like especially when you go to a more advanced class, right? Like if you go to Luther's class, let's say Luther Brown, like he wouldn't super like demonstrate everything, right? But people that understand his style will go for what he looks for and they'll kill it.
Yeah.
If you are more an advanced dancer and your goal in the class is kind of to develop your style, feel free to change things up. That's okay, I think that's okay. Especially when you know that the teacher is, okay, this part of the choreography, kind of sauce it up, do your own thing, then just sauce it up and do your own thing. If you are like in a performance, like simple things like, okay, your arms is straight, it better be straight. Right, you know what I mean? Like don't do like swag, straight, yeah. That makes sense, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Yay.
Awesome. Well, that concludes the interview with Ken. Thank you so much for doing it.
I teach on Monday at Harvard at 8 p.m. Come check out main event on November 12th. On Saturday, it's at the Rickshaw Theater.
It's so good. Main event is so good. Okay, thank you, Ken.
Yay.